bad oral health can have all sorts of impacts, and leaving it for too long can make it worse for both your oral health and your wallet. So tell me, Dr. Bobby, what are some financial costs of bad teeth?
Well, I think the financial costs are lifelong with bad oral health. The people who have, suffer from bad oral health, either through lifestyle issues or through disabilities or through medical problems, they tend to end up paying an awful lot more to secure oral health through their lifetime. So the more time we spend on prevention for people with poor oral health, and it repays them 1,000-fold through their life.
What do you mean by poor oral health, though? So it's not just
So some people perhaps have a lifestyle that requires a bit of advice to change, and people with bad lifestyles, people who eat too many lollies, for example, or drink too much fizzy juice, we all know about it. They tend to suffer from cavities, from bleeding gums, and those types of people end up in the dentist chair so much more than people who don't have these issues. And it's not just confined to people who aren't able to keep good dietary lifestyle. There's also people with disabilities, who just physically aren't capable of looking after their oral health, and they suffer more than they really have to.
Yeah.
So it's really essential that they have a lifelong partnership with a really good dental professional to keep on top of that.
I think also children that have had a lot of medication when they're younger as well, their oral health can be impacted.
That's right. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. So we really try to work hard with them to get in at a very early stage to try and improve their oral health as much as we can. Whether it's a lifestyle thing, a medical thing, a disability thing, doesn't matter. We really try to help them, and prevention is just so much better than cure. Yeah,
absolutely. So what are some health-related costs of bad teeth then?
Health-related costs, wow. Early on in life, we find that people with bad teeth, it tends to be associated with obesity.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is.
Because they say flossing more, you can lose more, you lose more weight.
Exactly true. So flossing, is part of keeping healthy gums, and unhealthy gums is a real trigger for type 2 diabetes, which is affecting younger and younger people. So obesity and type 2 diabetes is a massive issue. And later on in life, poor oral hygiene is linked to all kinds of things that you probably don't even want to know about on a family show.
Go on, tell us. You've got me intrigued now.
Well, you've got low birth weight, you've got people developing cardiovascular disease, and again diabetes and long-term risk of infections. And
all from not looking after their teeth.
Not looking after their teeth.
Wow, who would have thought that one, you can lose weight by looking after your teeth better than flossing? Have you read that? I read it.
I have heard it. I think it's more an association than it is a causation, but still.
Maybe it's the exercise of getting up to those back gums, I don't know. But then it's also that, prevention of disease by looking after your teeth as well.
Exactly.
So will it make a difference then? Let's just get off topic a little bit, to wait for braces, or if you do it later in life, or...
I think for braces, it's generally easier to get it done younger. Everybody knows that kids are so much more moldable and malleable when they're young, and their teeth just move quicker. And that's just a fact. So when kids are at the age where they're really shooting up, around about 11 till 13 years old, when kids are really on the sprout, their teeth just move like lightning. It's so much easier to get it done at that age.
Than us old gum people.
Yeah, that's right.
Trying to move the old gums and the old teeth.
That's right. So we prefer to treat kids younger, but there's other more scientific reasons for it. A lot of what we do is actually influencing the shape of the jaw bones and influencing the shape of their face, and that can only really be done on kids that are growing. And if we wait too long, then we lose the ability to influence the shape of the jaw bones or the position of the jaw bones. And often, if you try to do the same things later in life, it requires much more drastic kind of procedures.
Wow. Incredible. So if any of this has rung a bell with you, don't hesitate to get whatever issue you have sorted out with your teeth, because we all want a beautiful smile. But if you are looking for an orthodontist to help you achieve the perfect smile, certainly get in touch with the team at Sunbird Orthodontics today.